The lake sits nestled amongst the hills, shimmering under the watchful gaze of the Preseli Mountains. This is Llyn y Fanfach. Locals whisper tales of its mystical origins, speaking of a powerful magic that seeps from its depths. And they tell stories of the Lady of the Lake. She is a creature of myth and beauty, a being of the water and the world beyond. One sun-drenched afternoon, his wish came true. The Lady of the Lake emerged from the water and stood before him. Gwyn, overwhelmed by her presence, found his voice. He poured out his heart to her, speaking of his love and his longing. The lady listened, her eyes as deep as the lake itself holding his gaze. She agreed to marry Gwyn, but made him promise never to strike her. If he did, she would be forced to return to the lake forever. Years passed. Gwyn and the Lady of the Lake had a family. They were blessed with 3 sons. Their magical cattle thrived, bringing wealth and prosperity to Gwyn. He became a respected man in the village, but even the brightest light can be dimmed by shadows. Despite the idyllic life, a seed of doubt began to grow in Gwyn's heart. One fateful day, Gwyn and his wife were invited to a christening. It was a joyous occasion. The village gathered to celebrate. As Gwyn and his wife prepared to leave, she lingered. She was fussing over their youngest son. She wanted to make sure he was warm enough. Gwyn, impatient and fueled by the whispers that haunted him, shouted at her. He didn't strike her with his hand, but his words were a blow to her heart. Tears welled up in her eyes. They spilled down her cheeks like raindrops. In that moment, the weight of his betrayal crushed Gwyn's heart. He saw the love and pain in her eyes. He knew he had broken his vow. The Lady of the Lake, her heart shattered, fled the cottage. She ran towards the familiar embrace of Llyn y Fanfach. She didn't look back. Gwyn, his heart filled with regret, chased after her. He cried out to her. He begged for forgiveness, but it was too late. Grief-stricken, Gwyn returned to the village. He carried the weight of his actions. He told his sons the tale of their mother. He told them of her love, her sacrifice, and his betrayal. The villagers, seeing his remorse, offered him comfort. But Gwyn never forgave himself. Life went on. Gwyn raised his sons, instilling in them the importance of keeping promises. He taught them the value of love and respect, and he shared with them the knowledge his wife had given him. He taught them about the healing power of plants. He taught them how to read the signs of nature. He passed on her legacy. The Lady of the Lake never forgot her sons. She would return to the surface of the lake. She would appear before them. She would offer guidance and wisdom. She taught them the art of healing. The legend of the Lady of the Lake lived on. It was passed down through generations. Her story became a cautionary tale. It reminded people of the importance of keeping promises. It highlighted the dangers of suspicion and the destructive nature of unfounded jealousy. Even today, her presence is felt at Llyn y Fanfach. Visitors claim to feel a mystical energy surrounding the lake. Some say they see ripples on the water. They are ripples that hint at a presence beneath the surface.